Hey everyone, welcome back to the PAX ERP and CRM video guide series. This series walks you through the various features and workflows in PAX. In this video, we're going to be looking over how to ship orders in PAX. PAX integrates directly with FedEx and UPS, and soon to include US Postal Service. This allows PAX users to generate labels on their customers or their own carrier accounts directly in the system without needing to re-enter all the shipment data in the shipping carrier software. So to begin, I'll just hop into the shipping module here, and I'll click Create View Shipments. This pulls up a table of all of your shipments that are ready to be shipped, or all of your orders that are ready to be shipped. So I'll go ahead and ship this order by clicking Create Shipment. If you want to see what is inside of the order without creating it, you can just click on one of the rows and it'll pull up all of the lines and how many might have already shipped, and then the open quantity which is still remaining to ship. So I'll click Create Shipment. Here it pulls all of the information from the sales order, so it has their ship to address, the shipping method, their carrier account number, since we chose a shipping method that was billed to the customer's account. And since it's billed to their account, we don't need to input a cost or charge to the customer when it comes to shipping. And we can just go ahead and package it up and enter the package weight. So let's say this one was going to be 1 pound. And this will assume you're shipping in full if you have that quantity on hand available, and it will pre-select a lot number if you have it with the expiration date that is ending soonest. So this lot number is older than this one, so it was automatically pulling from that. You can change the lot number as you want, and if the parts don't have a lot number, then it just won't ask for a lot there. But once we input the weight, you'll see that the Generate FedEx label becomes clickable. So we'll go ahead and click Generate FedEx label. And here it asks for the dimensions and it confirms the service. So we'll go ahead and say it was shipped in a 10 by 8 by 6 box. We're not going to say a signature is required or give any special instructions to the driver. We'll just go ahead and generate that label. So this will pull up the FedEx label here. On this demo environment, we have sample labels generating, so it's not a real label, but once you're configured with FedEx, it'll print actual labels. But we'll go ahead and get out of that. And from this, if it had a charge, well, you can see the tracking number was populated. If this was charged to our own account number, it would show us the shipping cost, and from there we can mark up the charge to the customer. So maybe I'll regenerate this one just to show you that example. So FedEx ground bill customer, which means it's no longer going to use this field, but these now become editable. So we'll create the label again. It keeps the dimensions, just regenerate. And so now it'll return the quote amount. So this changed to bill sender when before it was bill recipient. We'll go back in and we'll see that it returned the quoted amount from FedEx and input it into this field. And now the shipper can mark that up to any amount as internally defined by your company. We'll just say we mark it up to $22.50 and we can create the shipment. That'll print out the packing list, which you can include with the shipment. It has all the basic information, including lot expiration date if available. And that's how we create a shipment in PAX. We had some questions I'll go over now. The first one is, how does PAX connect to FedEx and UPS, and what information do I need to set up shipping? So PAX integrates directly with FedEx and UPS via their APIs. To set up shipping, you need your FedEx or UPS account put into PAX's shipping settings. From the configuration screen, you'll also be able to set your label format, whether you print it on normal paper and tape it to the package, or if you have a thermal label printer. Once this is set up, you can begin shipping. The second question is, what's the difference between the different shipping methods and when should I use each one? So PAX supports multiple carriers including FedEx and UPS, and soon to be USPS in a near future update. You can choose the shipping method based on your customer's preference. So on the customer profile here, we see that they have a default shipping method, which is set to FedEx second day AM on the invoice. So invoice means we'll charge them via invoice. We also have a shipping rates module, which you can get quick quotes from FedEx or UPS based on zip codes and weights. So let's say we're shipping from a zip code in Washington to a zip code in Michigan, and it'll be a 3-pound box. You can optionally enter the dimensions, so I'll enter that for a more accurate rate, and then I'll hit get shipping rates, and this will show you all of the quoted amounts from FedEx on your account numbers, so you can compare costs and just see what the options are before committing. Question 3. How do I know which orders are ready to ship? So all open orders with a ship by date being in the past or present are assumed to be ready to ship. So this table here, you can see the ship by date column. This will only show orders with today's date or a date in the past. If it happens to be a prepay order with a ship by date as today or in the past, and it is not yet paid, you will see a warning whenever you click it that says this order requires prepayment, but payment has not been received. So you can still override that and continue to ship the order if you want, but it'll just let you know when a prepay order hasn't been shipped or hasn't been paid and you're trying to ship it. If you need to schedule a shipment for a future date, you can do so from the sales order. So I'll go into open sales order and edit one of these from the current date. So in here, the ship by date, if I were to set this to a future date, such as this Friday, and I hit save, this will no longer show in the shipping table until that date comes. So I'll change it back just to show. We'll set it to today. And now the shipment table will show that shipment right here. Question 4. How do I handle international shipments? You can log international shipments in the same way as domestic shipments in PAX, and the system will automatically generate the additional documentation needed for the carrier to export your product. PAX will guide you through the international shipping process to ensure you have all required documentation before the label is generated, including any required EEI filings you might need to submit to the U.S. Census Bureau. And the carrier will use that information as well as the other documentation provided by PAX for customs clearance. Question 5. What happens if a customer receives a damaged package or wants to return an order? So PAX allows you to create return labels directly from the original shipment record. So if I go into the Create View Shipments module and then in Recent Shipments and View, I can see this option here for print a return label. This can then be emailed to the customer and they could print it out and tape it to their package and drop it off at the nearest FedEx or UPS location. Once the return is received, you can process the return and issue a refund from the returns module. We have a separate video for handling returns, including how to generate the return label, which I briefly showed. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Question 6. How does PAX handle shipping costs, and are they automatically added to the customer invoices? So when you generate a shipping label, PAX will capture the actual shipping cost from FedEx or UPS and insert it into the shipping cost field. So if I were on this order. This shipping cost field is what will be populated once it gets a cost from the label generation. And then from there, you can take that shipping cost and mark it up to a charge to the customer, which will be inserted on the customer invoice. I should note that there's also a shipping method that is free of charge to the customer. So if you wanted to offer free shipping, there is such methods in the system. So this one, for example, FedEx Ground, no charge, free shipping. That will bill the shipping to your FedEx account, but it will not print or not show any shipping charge on their invoice. All right, that's all the questions for now. If you have any new questions, please contact us at support@paxerp.com or by visiting our website, paxerp.com. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about PAX, a link to the video guide series and our website will be in the description below.